Hey guys, Az here, back on Facebook Live. Welcome to another installment of this Music from A to Z. Oh, it's not Music from A to Z. This one's Ask Az. So I will answer your questions about music. Just got a great question on Twitter. Great question on Twitter from brilliant musical talent. Cik Adi Batra, apa khabar? Okay, so let me just share this post kejap. So if you guys are watching this, please do me a favor. Please type where you're watching from. If you're watching from KL, type KL. If you're watching from Singapore, type from Singapore. If you're watching from San Francisco or Macau or Taiwan or Hong Kong or Thailand, please type out where you're watching from. We'd like to know. KK, Sarawak, I know some people from Brunei tune in from time to time. Sihat. Arifin Stratocaster. I said Brunei. Ada yang Brunei. Arifin Stratocaster in the house. So I just got a great question from Imran Ajmain. I don't know whether you guys know Imran, but he's an amazing musician. Vigneswaran Sundra Raju. Hey man. Hey bro. Okay. So let me just share the. I'm trying to share the face. If you guys can do me a favor, and if you're watching this right now, right, do me a favor and share this on your timeline, or share, tag a friend, anyone that you think can benefit from a Q&A session with me. If I can help you guys in anything about music, making money, gigging. KL, from KL, cool man. So please, tolong tag your friend, share. Okay. Orang kan nak apply modes theory saya tahu, tapi nak apply tak dapat. Actually, Adi, I ada course yang I akan launch again. It's called Modes for Guitarists, where I go through, I think, berapa jam? I think dekat 1 hour, 6 jam, 8 jam. I think 8 or more hours of video where I explain the whole thing. But that one is more detailed. But I'll show you some of the basic stuff dulu. You dekat JB sekarang? Kuantan Pahang, Encik Rustam. Cool. I just need to share this on one more group. Okay. Okay, I think I've done the sharing. Okay, guys, one by one. Okay, JB modes. Okay, I want to answer the question from Imran first, because he asked me on Twitter, and I don't know whether he's tuning in or not. Tapi, I'll answer his question first. I probably will end up reposting this. Imran Ajmain asks, how can pop acts start touring like indie bands do? State to state, uni to uni, how would they start? So for touring, right, I think this is the thing. My experience with touring has always, for me, it's always been an indie capacity. So I know how to, I have experience in organizing indie tours, not very big. Me and my manager, we organized a European tour, which was completely indie. We've organized, more of my manager, organized like KL Penang tour, but we haven't done like anything from state to state, every single state. But I have performed in different universities. So it's a matter of like Sekolah Seni Johor. Cool, very cool, man. So in terms of touring as a pop act, I think it doesn't matter what kind of artist you are or what kind of genre. Touring basically, the basic logistics are you need to find a place to perform, and means you need to find a venue, right? And you have to find an audience that wants to come to your gig at that venue, so to say venue. So one is at the very, very basic level is going to people and saying that, hey, I am an artist, I play this style of music, can I perform at your place? Now the question then is a matter of whether the venue is actually a typical, it's an actual typical regular music venue, or it's not a regular music venue. For example, you could be performing in university, like, you know, you could be doing a show at UPM or USM or UM. Now the question is, how do you get a gig at a university? Now most of the time, if you want to get it directly from the university, organized by like probably a big organization or the university itself through one of the major programs, that may be difficult because it will probably require a lot of planning ahead to get into that, and there's going to be probably a lot of paperwork or bureaucracy or like layers of approval, things like that. But for most universities, there are a lot of student associations or student clubs that may want to organize events. And so the question then is, are you going to perform at an existing event that they normally organize, or are they going to organize a special event for you? Now, that is, so there are so many ways to approach this, and a lot of it's just emailing people and asking, you know, just going out and asking. Like when I was touring in the US, right, one of the things we did was we just sent emails out to as many venues in Northern California. We just sent a standard email saying that, hey, you know, we are so-and-so, and we would like to perform, and this is our style, this is our thing, and these are what we are looking from the gig, what we're looking to get from the gig. And this is a question also, after a question of what kind of money do you want to get if you want to perform and tour. So if you have a certain if someone's sponsoring your tour, or if it's a self-organized indie tour where you're funding the thing and the venue, if they don't have to pay you, let's say you're a new act and you want to perform and you want to tour, and let's say you're okay, like, okay, no one knows me, but I want to perform in every state in Malaysia, for example. I'm not saying that this is easy to do. I don't think it's easy to do. It's going to be a lot of work. But if you wanted to do that, what I would do is first open a spreadsheet and start listing every possible venue, state by state, and check out every single possible place that could be a fit for my style of music or what I want to do. Like, check every single one. And then one is in terms of venue. The other one is in terms of within those venues. So it's a lot of research. The sub research would be figuring out all the possible clubs, organizations that might want to host me. And then after that, so you have universities, you have clubs, organizations within those universities. You want to check out like cafes, restaurants, typical music venues, and also not so typical music venues. Another option would be trying to find a chain. So if you, like say, Mr. Imran Ajmain, who is someone, he's a star, right? So he could potentially go to a bigger sponsor that might have a chain of shops or restaurants or cafes or some kind of presence in everywhere. And that would mean that, you know, if, for example, if he approached McDonald's and he said, I want to do a show in every McDonald's. So if you're listening to this and you like think, you know, you could potentially do that. If you pitch that, the question is whether they would say yes or no, and what would they get and what would you get. And it's a matter of negotiation, really. The university thing would be just approaching every single one and trying to get one anchor gig, one gig to start, and then trying to plan the rest of it for a tour. So it's a lot of emailing and calling, really. Because if you can get every university to agree on certain dates and try to see if someone can organize, it's a matter of how close the dates are, whether you want to do it back to back or whether you want to actually do it you know, like within 6 months, and you know, maybe this weekend here, another weekend here, another weekend here, another weekend here, and the tour spans 6 months or to a year or something. So it really depends on how much lead time you have and whether how much money you want to make and what you want to get from the tour, whether you're trying to just build a branding or presence, or you want to get a new audience, or you want to promote something and get really cool video footage, or you want to sell CDs or merch, or you just want to tour and you know it's not really to make a lot of money from it. So it really depends. There's so many ways around this. Again, you know, if you're listening to this, if anyone's like really curious about like the music business stuff or like things like this, I do classes on this. I do consultations as well. So if anyone's curious about this, you can hit me up for stuff like that as well. Bang, boleh cakap Melayu ke? Boleh. Cik Din Amin, apa soalannya? Cakap apa soalan, saya akan jawab dalam BM. Sebab show ni bilingual, dia campur. Jadi kalau Cik Din Amin ada soalan, boleh tanya. Okay. So Adi Bahatra tanya, Abang As, boleh terangkan bagaimana nak applykan modes on gitar? Tak, teori saya tahu tapi nak apply macam tak dapat. Okay. Adi, you ada situ lagi tak? Are you still there? Sekejap, mana pic saya? Adi, are you there? Ada situ tak? Kalau ada, tolong cakap yes. Type yes ke apa. Okay. Saya tune je. Aaron in the house. Okay. Okay, barangkali. Actually, let me just jawab yang barangkali sebab this one tak berapa lama. Yang MRM tu kan, actually you just go to the website. MRM. To me, benda tu is a non-issue. Sebab okay, saya baru paste dia punya website. So yang MRM punya issue tu, yang MRM punya issue macam ni. Okay, basically performance right ni kan yang pasal isu nak bayar bila kita nak perform. Kalau kita buat acara, kalau katakan okay, let's say kalau kita ada apa nama benda dia, katakan you buat acara di tempat halayak umum, di hotel ke, di outdoor ke, buat apa-apa event tu kan. Bila music dimainkan tu, kita memang kena bayar dulu pada MACP. But sekarang MRM kira macam a big organisation yang kena bayar untuk dapatkan hak untuk mainkan lagu tu. Basically duit tu kalau sekiranya everything disalurkan dengan betul akan go to the penulis, pencipta lagu, pemuzik yang perform, arranger, apa semua tu, dia akan diagihkan kepada yang sepatutnya. Dan kalau you perform dekat acara yang besar-besar, yang bigger events yang lebih organised, contohnya kalau saya perform untuk festival kan, setiap pemuzik yang perform tu dia kena hantar kepada organizer tu apa lagu yang dimainkan, termasuk lagu original dan lagu cover. Jadi duit yang diorang bayar untuk the event tu akan diagihkan kepada pemuzik, pencipta lagu tu semua. So dari segi yang MRM tu, kalau acara-acara kecil tu, actually if you pergi ke website tu, you boleh baca kalau macam hotel, let's say, hotel dia akan bayar blanket tau, artinya dia akan bayar sepanjang tahun satu payment. Jadi kalau you dijemput main dekat kenduri dekat hotel, you tak payah bayar. Hotel tu dah bayar, dah cover. Tapi kalau acara kecil, I think they just release a statement yang kalau macam kenduri dekat rumah ke apa tak payah bayar sebab it's too small for them. They understand the budget is different. Tapi kalau acara dekat tempat-tempat public macam shopping mall apa semua tu, there is a certain rate berdasarkan berapa orang, berapa besar tempat tu. Semua informasi tu ada di website tu. Jadi kalau tak pasti, pergi baca dekat website tu aja. So for me it's quite straightforward. Just kena baca lah. I think orang panic sebab takut hilang job kan. But actually benda tu is organised on the website. So boleh baca. Imran, oh Imran was here. Welcome man. Yeah, we can talk about it some more bro. If you hit me on a DM kepada Imran Ajmain, hit me on a DM. We can chat about it man. I got some ideas that I can share as well. Okay. Sekarang Adi, saya jawab soalan Adi pula. Okay. So untuk Adi kan macam ni tau. Kalau modes kan, kalau kita bercerita pasal modes ni sebenarnya macam mood dan scale. Jadi apa yang kita boleh buat? Pertama kalau kita nak belajar modes, kita kena tahu apa chord dia dulu. Contohnya kalau kita tahu chord C major 7, C major lah. Kita kena tahu apa chord dia. So ni chord C major 7. Ni C major, ni C major 7. Okay, itu satu. Nombor dua, kita kena tahu fingering dia untuk dalam satu oktav. Artinya kalau C Ionian contohnya. Okay, itu C Ionian. Kalau C Lydian dia bunyi macam ni. Ada 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jadi yang chord ni, dia matching dengan scale ni, dengan mode ni. Itu aja. Artinya setiap chord akan ada mode dia. Jadi untuk kita buat melody yang sesuai dalam mode Lydian contohnya, kita kena menggunakan not-not tu. So selalu kita buat. Contohnya macam tu. So tu bunyi Lydian. Kalau kita main Dorian contohnya, Dorian adalah 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root. So dia. So kalau Dorian dia macam ada sharp, ada 13 kat situ. So setiap mode tu kita kena belajar voicing dia dulu, lepas tu kena belajar scale dia dalam satu oktav, kemudian kita kena belajar melody dia macam mana. Itu step dia sebenarnya, dan root dia kita maintain. Artinya kalau saya suka guna apa yang dinamakan parallel approach. Maksudnya parallel, kita pakai root C aja. Belajar C Dorian, lepas tu belajar C mixo, belajar C Aeolian, C Ionian, C Lydian, semua pada C. Jadi baru kita boleh dengar bunyi dia. Itu secara asas dia. Secara mendalam dia kena ambil kursus saya sebab benda ni, topik ni besar. Dia topik bila saya mengajar student saya ada course yang saya offer, online course, modes for guitarist. I think dekat 6 jam is just the core material tau. 6 jam tu mengajar benda yang asas. Lepas tu ada lagi saya buat Q&A session. Jadi benda tu topik yang luas dan banyak benda yang you kena tahu sebelum kita masuk dalam topik modes tu. Dia punya asas dia amat penting. Tapi secara asasnya belajar chord tu, belajar fingering dia dalam satu oktav, kemudian belajar melody dia. Itu secara asas dia. Dan kita kena tahu bunyi dia dan kita kena tahu mainkan pada instrumen kita. Okay. Okay, apa lagi? Sama-sama barangkali Marus. Salam bro Yusof. Okay. Okay Adi, itu jawapannya lah. Harapnya membantu. Begitulah. So dia sebenarnya, dia tak berapa complicated. Tapi untuk menggunakan dia secara musical, banyak informasi yang kita jumpa online. A lot of this online information is too complicated. It's too made into too much theoretical things. Dia sampai menyusahkan kita nak menghadam informasi itu. Jadi saya akan cubalah nanti, saya akan cuba macam mana. Saya akan cuba slowly through all this like Facebook Live ni semua benda tu. I'm trying to provide an alternative supaya benda ni simplified, tidak over complicated. That's my goal lah with all this teaching. Jadi siapa lagi ada soalan apa-apa? Okay. Ja. Okay, let's see apa lagi. Okay, so seterusnya apa lagi benda saya nak share? What else do I want to share with you guys? I want to share some thoughts I've had about teaching. I want to share you guys some tips about teaching. Recently, I've been checking out some stuff by this guy Eben Pagan, who is a really good teacher, and it's interesting because not just him, but like I've been checking out a lot of different people yang mengajar cara mengajar informasi, and what I realized is that student yang lain akan memerlukan cara pengajaran yang lain. Oh, more about touring. Sure, Rostam. Sama-sama Adi. Ada channel YouTube tak? Ada. In fact, this one kan saya archive on my YouTube channel as well, so you can check it out there. Kau ada tutorial? Ada a few hundred. I think it's like a few hundred videos there. Even on my Facebook sini kan, there's at least 30 jam video tau. Kalau you just check out my Facebook, ada. Actually now it's actually more. Probably like 40-50 hours of video ada, kurang-kurang. So Kejap, saya answer. Okay, Rustam, more about touring. What do you want to know about touring, Rustam? Like anything in particular about touring that you're curious about? Like organizing it, or like whether it makes money, or how to start, or like touring where? Touring in Malaysia, touring outside. Actually, there's no real difference at a basic level in terms of touring locally. It's just more expensive when it's outside of the country. But do you have a particular question? If you can throw me one question, then I can take from there. Vigneshwaran, how to get your modes lesson, bro? Is there a time period or can take on my time? Because sometimes I'm busy, practice when I get the time. The modes course is actually already, when I first did it, the modes course was all live. We all did it. It's basically in a Facebook group, and I did all the lessons live. But the second installment, you guys are actually going to get a pre-recorded video from that first session. So there's at least, I think I divided it up into 3 modules with 2 topics each, and a whole lot of Q&A answers. So when you take that course, right, send me a DM about it. I'll tell you when I offer it officially again. I'm thinking of 2 different ways of offering it. I still haven't figured out for the second installment. You're probably going to get the video, so you can watch it as many times as you need. So kalau you busy, you boleh tengok ulang. It's fine. In fact, if you dah tengok live pun, you can still tengok ulang. But I might still include some live Q&A so that you guys, after you watch the videos, you can ask me questions about it as well. Kind of like this, but on a closed group. Just about that lah. Although a busker, okay, saya nak jawab soalan Rustam Shah Baharudin. So he says, although a busker, I wish to play throughout the nation. Okay, so busking, right? If you're talking about busking, this is the exact strategy I would do. Okay, one is information about place, and then number two is information about people. So take notes. If you have a pen or pencil or a notepad or something, take notes right now, even though you can watch the video again. I would decide where I want to play. Kita fikir mana kita nak main. Kita nak main dekat KL, dekat let's say dekat KL, dekat Melaka, dekat Ipoh, KL, Melaka, Ipoh, mana lagi? Penang. Mungkin dekat I guess dekat mainland Penang, Butterworth ke apa. Where else? Maybe dekat Kedah, Johor. So depends how you want to do lah, berapa direction dia. And sama ada kita nak buat sekaligus nak tour ataupun macam nak pergi Penang, lepas tu mungkin pergi Penang dan pergi dekat Butterworth, lepas tu balik KL. Contohnya. Ataupun mungkin nak buat KL, Melaka, Ipoh or something. Contohnya. So I mean depends lah. Sebab touring kan, the thing is, satu part is kita kena tahu mana kita akan perform. Jadi kalau you busking, kalau you boleh tahu mana tempat yang you nak busking, adakah ada group busking atau association atau kumpulan atau kenalan di tempat-tempat tu. Itu satu, kalau busking. So you need to figure out where are the places you want to busk. Nombor dua, kena fikirkan adakah you perlukan permit untuk busking. Kalau busking lah, if it's a busking tour, perlukah you ada permit di tempat-tempat tu? Sebab mungkin dia in different state ada macam you know like MPAJ, MPPJ, you know, depending majlis perbandaran mungkin ada regulation ataupun undang-undang tertentu. Jadi you cari mana you nak pergi, lepas tu you find out ada tak tempat-tempat yang orang telah, yang memang orang sedia busking di situ, dan tengok apa peraturan, apa undang-undang dia, adakah perlukan permit ataupun perlukan izin. Itu satu. So tempat dengan legality dia, apa undang-undang dia. Lepas tu after tempat, legality and also orang. So kita, kalau kita nak touring for busking, cari siapa busker lain yang di tempat-tempat tu. Sebab you don't want to go there and interrupt the busking. Maybe they have a regular schedule. For example kan, masa saya dekat San Francisco, I used to bus dekat the train, dekat the BART station dekat Berkeley, downtown Berkeley, and I used to play in front of the train station. That's how I got one of my first jazz gigs. I was playing in front of there, and I got a gig offered to me by a guy who saw me play and offered me a gig to play a jazz gig. That was my first jazz gig in California, was him seeing me busking there, like playing solo guitar with, you know, my amp and stuff. So in San Francisco, dekat Fisherman's Wharf, which is the area, the tourist area, they actually have a schedule. They have a self-organized schedule, and people do performances there quite regularly. So kalau you nak perform situ, actually you cannot just go there. You actually have to get to know the people there and request to be part of that group, because they have already a calendar, they have assigned locations that they are self-organized, and for you to perform there, you need to get permission. If not, you are interrupting their organization, essentially their circuit. So Sabah and Sarawak. Cik Din Amin, bang, saya nak tahu setiap chord solo. Setiap chord solo sampai esok pagi lah macam tu. Macam mana saya nak tunjuk setiap chord solo? Saya boleh tunjuk satu lah, tapi kalau setiap agak susah lah. What do you mean? Ada partikel, ada lagu tertentu ke? So okay, so if you wanna stay around the country kan, so I would plan the trip. Katakan you nak cakap berapa lama you nak tour. Contohnya you cakap okay, you nak tour selama seminggu. Mana you nak pergi? So decide awal-awal, okay, I nak pergi sini. Sama ada you nak drive ke, you nak naik bus, ataupun you nak naik train. So figure out tempat dia dulu, mana you nak pergi. Cari research tempat, research sama ada network ke. Lepas tu kalau you nak stay dengan kawan-kawan, then carilah. Actually one of the ways to start touring is actually cari siapa kawan yang you ada dekat mana, and organize the tour based on where your friends are, and then fill up the space in between tu. Katakan you ada friend dekat Penang kan, but you tak ada kawan dekat Ipoh. So you nak cari something dekat Ipoh, so you can go to Ipoh and then maybe go to Penang, for example. And kalau you nak buat Sabah dan Sarawak, then figure out where you nak main. Kalau you nak main dekat Kuching, atau you nak main dekat Miri, atau you nak main dekat KK, dekat mana yang you nak perform tu. Sebab kalau you boleh buat impromptu, tak plan, just buy a flight ticket and start busking, which some people do that lah. Benda tu macam macam bukan disorganized lah, it's like free flow. Some people like free flow, but I think I'm somewhere in between. I like a little bit of planning, so I know that I'm not gonna completely go poor doing this thing, but also meaning ada enough planning but ada enough flexibility. So that's kind of what I like nowadays. So hope that makes sense. Cik Dek Amin, saya bertunjuk quote solo sikit sama ideas lah, tapi setiap agak banyak tu. Barangkali Marus, saya seorang busker, selalu juga tour solo busking. Kalau nak busking di Sabah Sarawak, busker-busker sini akan bantu. So Rostam Shah, that's the network. Itu network dia. So you kena message barangkali Marus Kamarudin dan start DM dan berbual dengan dia. Most tours macam ni tau. Artinya kalau you nak buat sesuatu, you kena cakap kat orang, saya teringin nak buat benda ni. Lepas tu kalau ada you, daripada tu you akan dapat berkenalan dengan orang lain yang mungkin akan dapat bantu you to go on that journey or that path. Ashraf Ishaq in the house, my man. Hello Ashraf. Congratulations by the way. I heard about the engagement. Awesome man. Happy to hear that bro. So okay, so Rostam saya think saya dah jawab soalan tu. So artinya the touring thing ni basically is dekat mana, dengan siapa, apa arah dia, dan sama ada nak buat duit ke tak, atau bila cakap ya nak buat duit, berapa banyak duit you nak buat. Lepas tu also in terms of logistic, artinya makan, tempat tinggal, belanja apa semua. Sebab benda tu will cost money to do. And sama ada you boleh dapat balik whether you can recoup, artinya dapat balik modal, ataupun whether you akan profit ataupun you akan lose. Actually dari segi finance, sometimes bila you first buat organized tour ni memang most people will lose money, tapi you will gain experience. So kecuali kalau yang macam betul-betul plan teliti lah, then you tak lose money. But it really depends on berapa rajin you nak planning and berapa banyak lead time you buat. Sebab kalau you ada banyak masa nak plan in advance, there's a higher chance of success. Kalau you plan dekat 2 minggu lagi nak pergi, it's very hard to get something special going on. Sebab benda tu memerlukan planning untuk efektif lah. Kalau saja-saja tak ada hal. You can just leave tonight pun boleh touring. Tapi kalau nak more effective, baik plan lah. So let me see. Okay, so I think. Okay, so Ashraf said, I really want to do music, but I've lost hope on doing my solo project. Okay, I'll be honest about like in terms of doing solo projects and things like this. It's hard. I wish I could tell you guys kalau you nak buat like own solo project that you know it's gonna be awesome, you're gonna be successful, even if you have the resources though, even if you already let's say you have a manager, and let's say you already wrote all the songs and you have a bunch of session guys playing for you, and you have like label support, or even if you have like a sponsor or people funding you, even if you have everything rooting for you, right, it's already hard. So for most people, kan kebanyakan orang kalau you nak buat music, especially your own solo music, memang benda ni susah. So and it's not, I cakap benda ni susah not to discourage you from doing it, tapi to realize that it's a special thing that if you're trying to do your own music, original music, it's a very special thing that you're trying to embark on. And so it's hard. And what that means is you have to really want it. And you have to do a plan, not to say you have, okay? I tak nak cakap you kena buat plan. Tapi I rasa kita kena I don't want to say have to. It's more wiser untuk beri masa, contohnya 1 tahun, plan 1 tahun, plan 2 tahun, plan 3 tahun, plan 4 tahun or something. And not everyone is gonna be patient enough to carry through. Contohnya, I boleh cakap dekat sesiapa yang nak buat original music kan. You know what would be a good idea kalau orang nak buat original music? Katakan kan, tiap minggu you record satu video tiap minggu selama setahun 2019 kan, tiap minggu you buat satu video, you release lagu original you every single week. Setiap minggu satu lagu release on YouTube, and if the recording is okay, release on Spotify juga, and also release on semualah. Artinya kalau lagu original you boleh release on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Katakan every week kan, sepanjang tahun you release one new track. Artinya satu bulan ada 4 lagu, satu tahun ada 48 lagu. Daripada 48 lagu you release tu, you ambil 12, you buat satu album. Or ambil 10 daripada 48 tu jadi satu album. Or you boleh compile tu jadi 4 album, atau about like 12 each or something. 4 album ataupun berapa 4 album atau 8 EP contohnya. We could, kalau kita buat release satu lagu setiap minggu, you can do that. Tapi it's very difficult to release a song every week, because it means that one of the most recent things, the most insightful thing I've learned recently is I have a friend who he does some work. He does. I don't want to say the platform, but then you will know who it is probably. But my friend treats social media kan, all this creation stuff, content creation ni macam kerja. Artinya dia akan cakap, okay, hari ni dia pilih lagu, hari ni dia akan record lagu, hari ni dia akan release lagu. Benda tu macam show up for work. Jadi katakan dapat 100 view ataupun 100 listens ataupun 100 likes ataupun dapat 1000 like, dia tiap-tiap minggu dia akan buat kerja tu. Artinya the work tu you buat every single week. And I think the problem with, including myself, is that sometimes we're impatient. We put up four videos or 10 videos and we're like, why we're not famous yet? Why are we not successful? How come people haven't called us and given us like, TV gigs and like gig every week, that pays us 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 ringgit? Why are we not getting those gigs? The reason is because it's hard, and because if we're not getting it, we probably haven't deserved it yet. And that's something very hard to swallow for most people, to realize that maybe we don't deserve it yet. We haven't worked hard enough for it, or we haven't done the right work. And of course, sometimes the frustrating thing, we might be jealous because other people might seem to like, diorang ni tak talented ataupun diorang tak work hard, kenapa diorang successful? And so that idea of comparing and jealousy can really kill your spirit. So instead of being jealous or being upset, the hardest part is to be strong inside and to realize that, hey, if I want this, I have to do the work. And if I want to do the work, I have to be patient. And patience is the hardest thing. The reason that most of my friends, I have some friends who have went to Berkeley or ICOM or college, right? And they're not doing music anymore. And sometimes it's because they found their calling something else. And sometimes I meet people, music is just really hard. It's a really difficult industry to be in. So once you realize it's a difficult industry, it puts it in perspective that if you want the success, you got to put in the work. And sometimes it may take 1 year, sometimes it may take 20 years. But if you really want it, you have to understand that it's going to take work. It's not easy. So that's the truth lah. And I hope you don't lose hope, because I know you have something in you that, this goes out to Ashraf, I know you have something in you that I think you want to share with the world. So I would really suggest make stuff. Spotify tak susah, babe. Spotify, you know how you want to put songs on Spotify? DistroKit, that's what I do. DistroKit, you can pay a flat fee per year, put as many songs as you want on Spotify. It's a flat fee, the minimum for online distribution. I use DistroKit. So you just have to, I'll give you the link for it. DistroKit. Let me check how much you have to pay. And I guarantee you can pay it, and as long as you don't take the premium plan lah. Premium plan will be mahal lah. It's $20, $19.99. $19.99. So it's about 80 ringgit. So check out this. Just register on DistroKit. You can upload your song directly on DistroKit, and within a few days, it will go on Spotify. So it's just 80 ringgit, man. And then you can put as many songs. And basically, bila you dah letak lagu tu on Spotify, people will see it. if you promote it lah. So it's, yeah, 80 ringgit. It's just 80 ringgit. The minimum lah. They have premium plans for DistroKit for digital distribution, where I think for like YouTube streaming, or like there's a bunch of different things yang you have to pay more if you want per track. But at the basic level is per year is 80 ringgit. So it's, you know, if you're gonna go for this music thing, check out DistroKit. It's very easy. You just register, and you fill up all the forms, fill up the form on thing. It's not a problem. I don't think it's a problem. And plus, I don't think you should look at things as problems as a bad thing. Problems are a good thing. Problems actually eliminate competition. Because a lot of times bila people find a problem kan, dia akan give up. Most people akan give up. Kalau I katakan something is difficult on guitar, people will give up. So that means there's going to be less guitarists. So most people will want to give up. They won't want to do the work. But if you figure it out, you're going to get an advantage. So do the work, you know. Do the work. That's the thing. It's not a problem. Hi Sifu. Hi Muhammad. Hey Kamil, apa khabar? Let me answer Vigneshwaran Sundaraju. Do we really have to know all the notes on the fretboard by heart, or is it good enough playing octaves, find the notes while playing? Sorry, noob question. Not a noob question. Okay, let me ask you this. Contohnya, let's say, do I need to know all the letters of the alphabet, for example, in English or in Malay? Do I need to know all the letters of the alphabet? Could I survive maybe not knowing the letters of the alphabet? The answer is probably I could. I don't need to know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't need to know that, right? It's not like I will die if I don't know my alphabet. But it's not very difficult to learn your alphabet. You know, as a kid, we learn it quite quickly. So learning the guitar and learning all the notes on the guitar, you don't need to know all the notes on the guitar. Tapi there's a limited number of notes on the guitar. If you think about it, one string, and let's say 24 frets. Like this one's not 24, this one's less. This one's what, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 21. 21 times 6. How much is that? 120, 120, 126. There's only 126 notes here. If you studied like 10 notes a day or 11 notes a day, within 12, if you studied one string a day, kan, 6 days you dah cover all the 6 strings, and you do that for let's say 5-6 months or something, you will eventually know all the notes on the fretboard. So usually when people ask the question, do you have to know all the notes? Isn't it, you know, the answer is you don't need to. But why wouldn't you want to know? You know, it's like, it's not that difficult. It's not like something really impossible, but most people are lazy. That's what people don't want to know, you know. People don't want to know that they usually, if people ask me a question like, do I have to? They're trying to find validation for not needing to. Artinya, I nak cakap macam, tak payahlah, tak payah, tak perlu ni, benda ni tak penting. So kalau I macam, let's say I want to limit your growth, I cakap tak payah hafal. You don't need to hafal. You don't need to, apa you nak memorize? But it's like, think about it. Is it wrong to know something more about the instrument? Imagine a pianist kan, if you think about any pianist that you meet kan, the kids kan, pernahkah ada pianist yang tak tahu mana C on the piano? Dia macam like, I tak tahulah, nampak sama je semua note on the piano. Because as a pianist, they know all the notes on the piano very, very quickly, very early on. It's stupid not to know the notes on the piano if you play piano for a while. Sebab how you going to learn the instrument, you don't know the notes. But guitar, you can actually get away without knowing the notes of the instrument, because the instrument is so visual that we can remember patterns and belajar tab, so tak payah tu. But alangkah ruginya kita, what a waste is it not to know the instrument really well when it's something that can be settled within a few months, for example, to learn it. So that's my thing. Let me answer the next question. How to mastering skill. So Kamil, so guys, I just want to tell you guys, in my session, if you guys are watching this Facebook Live, the Ask Us thing, I don't have this thing about new question or anything like that. For me kan, everything yang you tanya, every question is perfectly valid. There is no such thing as like a noob question or a stupid actually, I want to take that back. There is such a thing as a so-called stupid question, but the most how do I say, the saddest thing that you could do is not to ask the question because I'm already here, you know. So it's not worth being afraid to ask. So don't have to worry. Never don't have to. For me, don't have to apologize kalau new question. So how do you master skill? This is how. Number one, you kena tahu apa formula dia. So let's say C major the scale. You kena tahu apa note dia. Kalau C major, note dia adalah C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Nombor dia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Itu nombor 2. Lepas tu, dia punya solfege is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Itu solfeggio dia. Nombor 4, dia punya fingering adalah menggunakan nombor 2, second finger, fourth finger, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, fingering. Dari fret is 5th string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret. So you have to know there's 5 ways. One is note name, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Then the other thing is function, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other one is solfege, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. And then fingers, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And then fret number, 3, 5, 1, 3, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. So if you go through all those 5 and you learn 1 octave at a time, you will be able to master any scale on the guitar using any scale fingering concept. Cage system ke, 3 note per string, 4 note per strings, Berkeley, William Levitt method, any of those systems, right? If you go through this and actually know everything inside out, all these 5 things, you're gonna know it. Guarantee you will know it really well. So next question. Waalaikumsalam, Azra. Rich Dini Junian, why so hard band member commit to band, and why band kacau, bilau, and how to prevent? Okay, I'll tell you why. Because the band problem is not a problem of music, it's a problem of humans, human nature. Means that people don't get along with people because everyone has their own sense of ego and being right, you know. So if you have a singer, then you have a guitarist, a lead guitarist, a rhythm guitarist, a bassist, a drummer. You have what? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people there. And when you have 5 people, they have 5 different opinions. And especially when you have a band, right? The hardest thing is people that decide. Most of the time people start a band without any. It's for fun, you know. Most of the time you start for, hey, let's have a band, you know, let's jam, you know, let's play some gigs. It starts off as a very fun thing. But as it develops, 5 people, even a trio, 3 people, let's say guitar, bass, drums, right? Everyone will have their own idea of what is music to them, what is the music industry to them. Some people, they don't like to think and talk about music industry or music business. They feel that music should be something very pure, meaning that kalau you cakap pasal music, tak boleh cakap pasal buat duit. You cannot talk about making money. It's just like, I was just going to create music for the art, for expression. But the reality is, if you're going to do music for a long time and you don't have a side job or a main job, day job, you probably want your band to be successful and make some money, you know, get, you know, release songs, get airplay, you know, get gigs. You want to get paid. And so commitment to a band is commitment to understanding why the band exists. Why kacau bilau? Because everyone disagree lah. You didn't. There's no negotiation. So it's just like starting a company. You have to decide whether it's, let's say 4 people. Is everyone 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, or is there, let's say the main singer or the main songwriter is the 70% of the band, and the other band members 10%, 10%, 10%, because they are coming in more like session players. If they leave the band is still together with the main guy. So it's a matter of being honest. So at some point, everyone has to grow up and have to learn to communicate with one another. And it's very difficult. I mean, I've been in bands where bands argue and bands leave and people don't like each other, or they don't like the other person's girlfriend, or they don't like the other person's mom, or they don't like the other person's attitude or tone of voice. So it's a human nature thing. So if you want to get learn this, you actually have to learn communication, language. You know, you have to learn how to discussion and meetings, and it's learning about communication more than about music. The music is the easy part, but the ego and the disagreement and needing to be right, that's what's difficult. The music is actually not that difficult. So what's the most important thing writing instrumental music, acoustic guitar? Melody, harmony. So if you write a strong melody, harmony, groove, form, empat benda. So depending on what you want to do. So if you want to write, I like to write from the melody. So for example, if let's say I write something right now then for you, I'm gonna write something in front of you guys so you see what I mean. So let's say I do something. Maybe here goes. You know. So. So it's not like a great song, but it's driven by the melody. So let's say I add the groove to it. So notice that when I have the melody, if the melody is strong, I can put chords underneath. After I have the chords, if I have a groove, it sounds even better. And then I can add all this like tappy, harmonic, and all these other things that are like to make it colorful. So that's the answer to that. Rich Dini Junian, welcome man. Yeah, so that's the band answer lah. Welcome. I'm glad you like the answer. Vigneshwaran Sundaraju. When a song starts in C major or F, can C or F, can the first chord can be any first chord? Is that the real root note or the other note is the root? How to find it? Thank you, bro. So in terms of how to find the key of a song, the key, the thing is actually you need to sing. You need to learn to sing and find where is the do. So if I'm here, right? If I did like say the F. Let's say that's that. A bit out of tune my singing, but the do is C. That's what I do actually. When I listen to a song, I will sing the notes up and down, trying to find what the note and trying to find where the do is. And once I find the do, I can figure out what key is it in. And you can do that by ear with practice. It's something that takes time, but that's how I do it. I do it completely by ear to figure out the key. Ashraf, what's the best way to break down a weird time signature like take 5? That's 3 and 2. 1 2 1 2 a 3 a 1 2 1 2 a 3 a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 and 2 and 2 1 da 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 4 5. That's 3 and 2. So that's 3 and 2 lah. Da 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 da. That's just 1 2 a 3 a 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. So that's actually like very straightforward in a sense, even though it's kind of weird if you're not used to playing something in 5. I'm still not used to playing in 5 really well. But you try, usually if it's any weird thing like say 5 or 7 or 9 or 11 or 13, right? It's usually made of simpler things. For example, it could be made out of 3 or 2 or 4. Usually it's 2, 3 or 4 in some combination. So for example, if you have 7, right? What could happen in 7? 7, if you have 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. I could also do 3 and 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. I could do 4 3 3 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So I can do 1 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So that's a combination of 2 lah. Artinya 4 and 3 and then 3 and 4. So anytime you have an odd number, odd meter, so to say 5, 7, 11, 13, 15, it's usually a combination of those 2, 3 or 4 in some kind of combination for it. It's something simpler. When combined, it sounds more complicated. So that's the answer. It takes time again to practice. So if you wanted to work on something like in 5, right, I would spend like the whole week playing songs in 5 or changing songs into 5. You have to spend the time. That's the part that is difficult. Like a lot of these things, right, are actually not that mysterious, but it takes time. So you have to really want it and be patient. That's the difficult bit, because a lot of times people don't really want to do the work. And once you know what the work entails, you have to kind of spend time doing it. But you can do it if you're interested in learning Take 5. Learn the song, be able to play it. You have to learn how to play it, and once you can play it, then you can really take away the intellectual part and go and make it musical. So let's see. Han Rizal, do you read all those books behind you? No, not really. It's a lot of it's my dad's books. I'll show you what I'm reading now. I'm reading this book. It's called Winfred Phillips. It's the Composer's Guide to Game Music. This is what I'm reading right now. I'm reading about how to compose video game music. Something I'm curious about. So just learning about that. The other book I'm reading now, practicing a bit, is this one called Fundamentals of Guitar. It's by a guy named Miles Okazaki. He's a great guitarist in New York. Those two books are the most recent ones I'm reading. I wish I could say, if I read all the books at the back, I'd probably be way smarter or knowledgeable. I'm trying my best to read more. But I'm reading those are the two books I'm working on right now. So I think, bro, play something to sleep lah. Okay guys, I think PG Azadin wants me to play something to call off the night. Okay. I'm gonna play a song for you guys just to, I don't know what cool jazz he means, but play something for you guys to. That's it. Hey bro, got one last question for you. Ashraf, welcome. How do you know what chord to play with the melody? Every time I learn a chord, I learn the scale underneath. I learn the arpeggio and the scale underneath. So every time you learn a chord, you learn. So this goes out to Azrul. So let's say G7. What's the arpeggio? G7 lah. What's the scale? Mixo. What's the other scale? G minor pent. What's the other scale? G minor blues. So every time you learn a chord, you figure out what goes along with it. That's how you do it. Ashraf, welcome. Han Riza has a question. What's the question? Han Rizal said, besok kita teh tarik ke bang, nasi lemak saya belanja. Thanks, Izzadin. Esok maybe tak kot. But at some point kalau you jumpa can belanja. Maybe at one of the gigs or one of the events. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Hanriza, about 7-8 years back, you did join a battle of the band somewhere in Damansara. You playing jazz instrumental song, did you? 7-8 years ago. That brings it what to year 2011. I haven't joined a battle. I've never joined a battle of the band competition. But I have played many gigs, especially in different parts of Damansara. If it's jazz, it was probably me. If it was fingerstyle guitar, it was probably me. You just want to make sure whether you saw me, is it? Was that the question, Han? I mean, I'm not sure. It's like quite vague, right? So I'm not sure. And plus, it's not even your fault or my fault. It's my fault. I don't really remember that well if it's been that long. I've never entered a band competition lah, but I have played like, you know, all sorts of places. I played at Paul's place. You might have seen me there. I played at Merdekaria. I played at No Black Tie. I played in, where else? Damansara. Where else is Damansara? Damansara would be like Paul's place, Merdekaria. Merdekaria is a different place, like different venue. I played a lot of different venues. So we've played in the same venue actually. Cool, man. Yeah, it was probably me. You probably saw me. If it was jazz and it was my trio, I've done stuff with my trio with, last time my trio was Kevin Tessera and Zalila Lee. We played many gigs together for many years. And I also did a lot of solo stuff. I've been playing a lot of solo stuff and just different projects over the years. So you probably saw me. So thanks for the question about the books. But yeah, I would recommend, like, this is a great book. Like I said, A Composer's Guide to Game Music. This person is the composer for Assassin's Creed, God of War, Little Big Planet, The Sims. Wrote music for those. Assassin's Creed, God of War. So pretty serious composer. And Fundamentals of Guitar is a good book by Miles Okazaki. I want to write a review of it, but it's so deep, so I haven't really written a review for it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go off in a bit, but just to wrap up, you guys, thanks so much for all the awesome questions. I want to give a shout out to Imran Ajmain, who asked me a question on Twitter just now. It was such a good question. It started off the whole thing. He's been very kind. He shared some things, shared one of my posts on his Facebook and retweeted me. Thanks, Imran. I want to say, I'm gonna give a shout out to all the people that have been watching. Han Rizal, PG Izadin, Moreza, Azrul, Ashraf Isha, who else? Vigneshwaran Sundaraju, Rich Dini Junian, Kamil, Shazai Neil Shaz, Muhammad Kamil, Rostam, Cik Din Amin, Penjejak Badai, what's up bro? Adi Bahtera, Nazriza, Aaron Cheng. They won't let me scroll anymore. Your band, Hanriza, my band is quite new back then. We played kind of bossa nova, desposa. Oh, cool, man. That's good to hear. Doesn't matter, man. I mean, we all start as noobs, and there's always something that we're noob at. You know, I've been playing, last year I played some gypsy jazz. I've been playing gypsy jazz for years, but not really that good. I'm not like a great gypsy jazz player. That's my, so to say, hobby style. It's something I really enjoy, but I'm not good at yet. But it's not a style I really enjoy playing. So, how do I say this? We are all noobs at something, and it's okay. As long as you have fun, as long as you want to learn, that's the most important thing for me. So thanks so much for watching. This is Ask As episode 5. I've been trying to do this every single night. So this is the 5th night in a row that I'm doing this. These videos actually I archive, I actually download and I put it up on my YouTube channel. So you can check it out at youtube.com/azsamad, AZSAMAD. The other thing is, if you're a guitarist and you want to make some side income from teaching, check out my new course. It's called How to Start Teaching Guitar Lessons. It's at www.azsamat.com/teach. Let me just post the link in the comment section. If you want to teach guitar and make side income from teaching, check out the course. It's a new course. Right now it's on promo. Welcome, man. I really appreciate the love. Appreciate that. So again, this is 5 days in a row. I'm going to try to keep this up for as long as I can, you know, and so I would just want to try to answer as many of the questions that you guys have. So please do a few things. Number one, if you haven't liked my Facebook page, please like the Facebook page. If you enjoy this, please click share. Please share this video with any friends who might enjoy it or might find benefit from it. Tag your friends on this video and tell them to watch it if you think the questions relate to them or can help them in any way. Thanks for all the loves. I see all the hearts and thumbs up and all this kind of faces and stuff. So what else can I tell you guys? So stay tuned. I'll try my best to do another episode tomorrow, like around the same time, I guess, like about 11:30, like that. I'll try to do another episode tomorrow. And Swing 42 susah lah, bro. So I don't think I can play that. You should play that. I don't have that memorized. So my gypsy stuff is not at, I haven't been working on it, so I'm not up to par. But thanks for the suggestion. You should play it. I would love to hear you play, man. Aaron, you've been really active commenting on this. Guys, if you guys see, Aaron Chiang has been really active commenting on the videos. So check out his music. I don't know where his music is online, but check out, because he's very, very active on on my Facebook page. I mean, commenting on the YouTube, on the videos, the Facebook live videos. So check out his music. If he has any music online, please check out his music. Thanks, Sanrizal. Thanks, Aaron. Okay, guys. Yeah. So again, wrap up. Like the page, like the video, share it with your friends. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, check out youtube.com/azsamat. I'm also on Instagram, instagram.com/azsamat, AZSAMED, twitter.com/azsamat. I'm basically on all those things. So hit me up any of those places. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Okay, take care, rest well, good night.